à tous deux DDO, attention pour le décompte final. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage EPC. Allumage des EAP, décollage.
Well, at 17:30 local time and right on time, you saw Ariane 5 began her mission lifting off perfectly from the ground here in French Guiana with a lot of fire, beginning her mission the 11th and last this year, as the DDO says all is well on board, carrying 2 new telecommunication satellites for major regional operators. Beautiful shots. The 2 boosters are providing 90% of our thrust right now, propelling the launcher along her trajectory at an ever higher velocity. 780 tons at liftoff. She's burning 5 tons of fuel every second. That's 2.5 tons burning in each booster, plus another 300 kilos per second of fuel burning in the core stage. Ariane 5 now following the program and the onboard computer, which gives all orders, including stage separation, which we'll begin to see. The DDO says all is well on board. We're in the first of 4 flight phases. We'll describe each in turn, so you can follow Ariane as she heads across the Atlantic eastward. Right now, the first flight phase, the single Vulcan core stage engine and the 2 boosters are burning. Boosters will burn for another 20 seconds roughly, and with the clear skies we have, you should see them flame out and even fall away from the mothership.
Les paramètres sont normaux, trajectoire nominale.
And you'll hear the DDO call out that milestone as well. He will call out separation of the boosters. There, it looks like the extinction of the boosters, and I believe it is. Yes, you can see them.
Séparation des étages à propulsion à poudre.
That's the Ariane ship continuing her mission, and the 2 boosters have flamed out above on either side. That's a wonderful picture there. DDO has confirmed separation of the 2 boosters. They will fall 500 kilometers from shore into a protected area. French Guiana, in part, chosen as a base for its opening on the water.
Trajectoire nominale.
More on that coming up. Separation is given by 2 pyrotechnic systems. On the bottom of your screen, our speed and our altitude. Altitude on the left, we're over 100 kilometers up, and our speed a little over 2 kilometers per second.
Séparation de la coiffe.
Separation of the fairing. DDO has confirmed it. 1 half you see on the left. There's another half on the right, which is out of camera range. Exposing to the elements our first passenger, Star 1. That's the blue box there, the blue and white box. We can separate the fairing now because we're out of the dense layers of the atmosphere at over 100 kilometers up. There's neither friction nor heating, which could disturb the passengers.
Trajectoire nominale.
We could also discard any dead weight to maximize the launcher's operation. There are several versions of the fairing available. Tonight we're using the long one, 17 meters tall. So we are into the second powered flight phase. The boosters have done their work, only the single lower stage engine burning now. It'll continue to burn for a total of 9 minutes. And our speed is important because that's the role of the main stage. This cryogenic propellant system is not only highly efficient, but provides a push that can last a long time. There are 2 different propulsion systems on Ariane 5. There's cryogenics, as used in the main stage, generally more efficient than the solid propellant used in the boosters. basically, the solids are for getting us off the ground and away from the pull of the Earth.
Le pilotage est calme, la trajectoire est nominale.
Cryogenics are for more precision orienting of the vehicle, and they allow a stage to be reignited, not in this version of the Ariane 5, but in another one. Ariane 5, of course, the heavy lift launcher. The other two members of the Arianespace family, Soyuz, lifting middle-sized payloads, 2 and 3 tons, roughly speaking.
Trajectoire nominale, propulsion calme.
And Vega, which is the light lift vehicle for missions of 1 ton roughly, and sometimes less than that. If you just joined us, we've had a successful launch of Arianespace flight number 234. On board are 2 passengers, Star 1 and JCSAT. We're going to a replay now, what will we hope be several replays. You can re-experience those intense moments as Ariane 5 took off from the pad just under 6 minutes ago. We have cameras at several of the half-dozen
Il reste moins de 3 minutes de propulsion de l'EPC.
that are stationed across the base, and they furnish us with shots from different angles. We should have more footage later on. The closest observation site is called Toucan, and many of the VIPs are out there tonight. There's another, I think this might be this is from closer in the Toucan. The Toucan is closest to the base, about 4 kilometers away, 2 miles roughly. And when Ariane 5 lifts off from there, lights up the whole place. We are shortly going to be picked up by our first downrange tracking station. That'll be over the border
Propulsion est nominale, la trajectoire est nominale.
The DDO continues to report that all is well on board. We had a beautiful launch, and we are having a flawless flight.
Il reste moins de 2 minutes de propulsion de l'EPC.
Burn the propellant in the first stage. The DDO says there will be about 2 more minutes. Ariane's trajectory has been designed, of course, to be followed from the ground. The launcher is sending radar and telemetry back, and a network of stations is keeping constant watch on the health of her systems. This telemetry, as we have another replay, telemetry is launch vehicle data, information on over 1,000 parameters being collected and transmitted back to the ground stations every second by 2 transmitters inside the vehicle equipment bay. That's the white band just under the black bell-shaped structure there in the vehicle. Also, telemetry being sent down by antennas outside the Ariane 5. They are recording all her functions throughout the flight. Other data are analyzed in real time. Recording all our functions, everything from motor
Acquisition de la télémesure pour la station de Natal,
shutdowns to stage
située à l'extrémité est
separations.
du Brésil.
Customers can get immediate information about their spacecraft thanks to this setup, which is very important. Other data are analyzed after the flight to learn how the vehicle has
Trajectoire
performed.
nominale.
There's usually a complete analysis using these data. Takes place about a week after each launch. This is how we validate how the vehicle performed on its mission. Now you can imagine the enormous archives this gives Arianespace, a wealth of technical information going back to the very first launch of Ariane 1, 1979, Christmas Eve. We're in the second powered flight phase, the single engine core stage burning now and about to shut off. You'll see on the left the little blue flame on the animation shut off, and it just
Extinction
has.
de l'EPC sur commande de guidage.
And the DDO confirms it. And there's
Séparation de
separation
l'EPC.
of the lower stage and ignition, as you saw, of the upper stage motor. All these 3 commands given by the onboard computer
Allumage de l'ESC.
given by the onboard computer in about 13 seconds.
Fin de visibilité de la télémesure par la station de Galio.
After separation, the lower stage falls into the Pacific off the coast of Peru. And we are now in the third powered flight phase, the single upper stage engine that will burn until plus 2520, or for 15 minutes roughly in all.